All right, we're finally getting into the actual homework meaty part of packet captures and breakdowns. So this is the homework that you're going to have. I got 10 packets. We're going to do one packet together, so you got 9 packets to do on your own. And then this will be due to go through and complete these sheets. So I've just printed out the first page here. So I've got a packet. I've got everyone's going to have the header, and then it's going to tell we only have ARPs and IPs. So in the Ethernet header, it's going to have the MAC, and then it's going to tell whether it's an ARP or an IP. And I've broken those out so that and I'm pointing at the page here, but you can't see it. So it's going to have. If I look at my monitor, I'd be able to tell. It's got the destination MAC and source MAC, and then it would tell whether it's an ARP packet or an IP packet. So if it's an ARP packet, you're going to have to answer those. If it's an IP packet, you're going to skip that, and you're going to answer this. So you're going to always going to answer this, and you're either going to answer this section or this section, depending upon what type of a packet it is. So you'll do all of these, fill all these out. We're going to do all of the first one. We're going to do that together so you understand what you're doing. And then you can do the other 9, and then there'll be a quiz where you'll actually have to, using your sheet that you've done, you should be able to just answer the questions right off the sheet. And hopefully that'll be easy, and you'll get all kinds of points for that. So, and there are only a couple tricky ones in there. All right, so I'm going to zoom back in. We're looking at, I'm going to do both here. Let's see if I can get that. All right, so yes, I can see all the packet. All right, so up here, I've got my destination MAC is all F's. I only need the last 2 pair. So this will be FF, FF, because it's destination. Then the source MAC is going to be the next 6. So that's BF00. I'm just putting slashes through the zeros so that I know that they're actually zeros. And we're going right off the sheet. Now, this is an 0806. So we know it's an ARP. So I only have to do that section. 0001 08. Oh, hey, you can use your notes. So I'm gonna. This isn't cheating. I want you to use your book. I want you to understand what this is. So the whole point of this is to go through these breakdowns over and over again so that you understand them. All right. So I've got 0806. Hang on. Where did my I lost my other sheet. Hang on just a second. I forgot what that sheet was. Hang on. I got to move this out of the way. All right. Grab that. Move that up out of the way. All right. So I've got my my breakdown here. I'll put it like this. There, I'll put it like that so I can actually see it. And we'll whoop. Didn't want to do that. I wanted to move the whole thing over. Can I? Nope. Move that. There we go. All right. Did not want that. All right. There we go. Grabbing the wrong part of the packet. All right. So we had 0806 as the protocol type. And the 0001. Okay. This is not working out well. Can I put this over here? Can I take this and do that with it? Can I blow it up a little bit? All right, so if you're watching this in real time, you can skip ahead if I haven't already edited this out. 200%. All right. That's a little bit bigger. Okay. So, hardware type over here. All right, 0806, yes. 0001 is the hardware type. That's Ethernet. Protocol type 0800. We know that that's an version 4 packet. We've got the MAC address is 6 long. The IP address is 4 long. Okay, we haven't had anything yet that I needed because all those are going to be the same. They're going to be the same on all the packets. All right, so then the opcode is going to be 0001. I'm just going to put 01, and this is, we know it's an ARP request. Okay, so I wrote in, it's a 01, it's a request, 02 is going to be a reply. All right, and then we have the sender's hardware address, 246. The source, it ends in BF00, which is what I already have here, so we don't have that again. The sender's IP address, which is C0A801BC, which I should be able to translate 192.168.1. B is 11 times 16, 176. Plus 10 is 186, plus 2 more, 188. So 192.168.1, 188. And you really should practice getting good at translating these. And the destination MAC here is all zeros. It's a broadcast. It's zeros down here, but it's all F's up above. And its destination IP is C0A801BC. Wait a second. This is going to make this easy to translate. Yes, it's gratuitous. How do I know it's gratuitous? Because this machine is sending a broadcast. Who has 192.168.1, 188? It's asking that question, but who's sending it? 192.168.1, 188. Now, there's a couple different reasons why a machine would do this. Usually, it's to check and see is there anybody else on the network using this IP address? Because if there is, they will respond to this ARP. They'll say, yes, I am, and they'll respond to the ARP, and that would cause a problem. It could also be that occasionally the machine comes out of hibernation. When it comes out of hibernation, it'll send an announcement like this just to see if there's anybody out there using that IP. All right, anyway, this is a gratuitous ARP. It is from me to me. Who has my IP address? There will be no response to this. Well, there better not be a response to this. So the response to this, then we have two machines using the same IP address. So this is a one-off notification. It could also be used to let all the other machines on the network know that this is my Mac, because it's sending out everybody. It's a broadcast. Everybody's going to get it. So it's actually a notification to say, hey, I am using this MAC address at the moment. So this gratuitous ARP or ARP announcement will populate everybody's ARP table on the entire network. So I guess there's 3 reasons why we potentially could use that. Okay, so that was cool. We saw a gratuitous ARP, woohoo, and we figured out why. Okay, so we had oh, there is the target. We had the target IP and and then we had padding. Okay. Yes. So we got to the target. We got the target MAC and the target IP. Yes. Okay. Making sure we got it all. All right. So we've got all of that. It's not an IP address. It's not an IP packet, so we can skip that. So on each of these packages you go through, you're always going to fill out the top. You're either going to fill out that it's an ARP, or you're going to fill out that it's an IP packet. If it is an IP packet, let's run through these real quick. You'll have header length, the length of just the header, and the total length. You should be able to do the math and figure out what the data length is, because it'd be total length minus the header length. Are there any flags set? If it's all zeros, it'll be no. If it's anything other than all zeros, it means there's a flag set, and what flag is set. And you can look. You can use. No, I guess you can't. Never mind. The TTL. Most of the TTLs have been 128 or something less than that, but not always. What protocol specifically? And remember, in there we had 1, 6, and 1, 1, 17, but 11 in hex. So which of those three was it? Is there a checksum? Remember, if it's a packet that I've captured from the outside, there'll be a checksum. If it's going outbound from me, usually there won't. So that'll be able to tell. And you should be able to go up to the top here and look and see if it's 178 is my machine. The IP address is 178. So you'll be able to tell. Source IP and destination IP. You know, if this is blank, then the source IP is probably going to be my machine.170, 192.168.178, 192.168.178. If it exists, it probably is either a broadcast packet that I've just picked, my machine's just picked up, or my destination IP is for me, so it's responding to me somehow. So you should be able to answer all those for all the different ones. Some of the longer packets I've actually neutered. There were a couple HTTP packets that were a page and a half, 2 pages long. So I went through 150 or 160 and then lopped it off. So if you look down here, yeah. So the 8th line, or some of them, I think I went to 10. Yeah, there I went to 10. Oh, that was just 10. There I went to 10 and then lopped it off. There I went to 10 and lopped it off. There's the big boy. That was, and I squished the bottom because we don't need it. We only need the top portions of this. Now, later on, we're actually going to get to, we're going to go through the whole packet, but we're doing this a chunk at a time. So you should be able to go through and get pretty good by the time you get to the end. You should be able to just glance over the packet. Let me go to that. You should be able to just look over the packet visually and be able to tell what category it falls in, and then you should be able to pick out the protocol. So getting that this is an ARP here, and then if it's an IP packet, what's its protocol? You should get pretty good at picking those out by just looking at them. Okay, so you're going to do all of this. This will be due. I've got this due on Wednesday just to make sure that we're not doubling up. So you'll watch all the other stuff on Tuesday. You'll do this on Wednesday. And then the homework, which will be answering, or the quiz, which will be answering questions from this, will be due on Thursday. I just don't want everybody to start this on Thursday because it's actually going to take a while. And I think it's pretty interesting that you can plow through these. So if you want to print all this, it's fine. If you want to, you're almost going to have to print these. You don't necessarily have to print the PDF like I did. I've got that on screen, but printing the answer sheet, I think it's pretty useful to print the answer sheet. I guess you could get out a piece of note paper and just write everything down for each one, if that helps. However you want to do it. You don't have to turn in all of these packets breakdowns. You can't really see that. You don't have to turn in all of that. You'll just have to use all of that to answer all the questions that are going to be in the quiz. But I'm going to go through and pepper you with questions that are kind of all throughout. Use this time to actually get a sense of, I said there's 10 different packets, and I tried to kind of mix it up on the types that you have. So you should have all kinds of different types. Only the ones that we covered so far, but you should see what's similar and what's different between them, and by the end, hopefully you'll get it to where it's starting to come a little more naturally. Once we get this done, we're going to go down, we're going to go to layer, I guess we're going to go up, we're going to go to layer 4 and start talking about specific packet types. We do need to talk about fragmentation at some point, so I'll sidebar probably on that and talk about fragmentation. But I'm just kind of picking up these topics as we get to them. So we're starting to really kind of I'm about 2 weeks behind, but this kind of puts us only a week behind, so we're kind of starting to roll. And I don't want to have too much time. Once we get this in there, the more you work with it and the faster we go, I think the better it's going to be. So good luck. Let me know if you have any questions. If so, and I get a bunch of questions, I may post another video as a helper video, but I think this was good enough. If you have anything else, let me know what I need to do. Thanks. See you next time.